Joseph was just a teenager when God gave him a dream. He was the youngest son of Jacob, deeply loved by his father and deeply hated by his brothers. One day, Joseph shared his dream with them. "We were binding sheaves in the field," he said, "and suddenly my sheaf stood up, and your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to mine." They were furious. "Do you think you'll reign over us?" they scoffed. But that dream was only the beginning. His father gave him a beautiful coat of many colors, a symbol of love. But to his jealous brothers, it was a sign of favoritism. The fire of envy burned hotter. One day, while Joseph came to check on his brothers in the fields, they grabbed him, tore off his coat, and threw him into a pit. Their own brother betrayed. As he cried out from the darkness, they sat down to eat. Moments later, they sold him to a caravan of traders headed to Egypt. Joseph was now a slave, but the dream was not dead. In Egypt, Joseph served in the house of a man named Potiphar, and even as a slave, God was with him. Everything Joseph touched prospered. But trouble came again. Potiphar's wife lied about Joseph, and though he was innocent, he was thrown into prison. In the darkness of that prison, Joseph still held on to hope. He interpreted dreams for fellow prisoners. And one day, Pharaoh himself had a troubling dream, and no one could explain it, until someone remembered the dreamer in the dungeon. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. With God's wisdom, he revealed the meaning of the dream. 7 years of plenty would come, then 7 years of famine. He didn't just interpret it. He gave a plan to save Egypt. And Pharaoh saw something powerful in Joseph. He said, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God?" In a moment, Joseph was lifted from the prison and made ruler of all Egypt. Years passed. The famine struck, and Joseph's brothers came to Egypt, bowing before the governor. Not knowing it was their brother, the dream had come full circle. Joseph forgave them with tears in his eyes. "What you meant for evil," he said, "God meant for good, to save many lives." Joseph's dream wasn't easy. He faced betrayal, slavery, and prison. But through it all, God was guiding every step, from pit to palace. So if your dream feels delayed, if the pit seems deep, remember Joseph. God is still working behind the scenes, and your palace moment may be closer than you think. God bless you.